Thanks, everybody. Welcome to Build. I am your host, Ricky Camilleri, and my next guest is one of the stars of the ABC drama A Million Little Things, the story of families, friends, coworkers, all reeling from tragedy and trying to put the pieces of the past together. In it, Stephanie Szostak plays Delilah Dixon, a woman at the center of the tragedy surrounding this group of people. Let's take a look.
I was there and I saw his face and it sounded like a date.
What? No, it's not a date.
Look, Dee, if you and Andrew want to go on a date, God bless.
Oh, Gary's here. I gotta go.
Well, have fun with Andrew.
Hello.
I don't know what you think is going on, but it's not.
But I think you do know what I think is going on, and it is.
Drop it.
Consider it dropped. Where's he taking you? Huh, I didn't drop it. I got these here diapers. I'll deliver them, but I will not change them.
Thank you. Actually, could you change them? Because I need a sitter for tonight.
For your date.
We're just going to dinner so he can fill me in on the restaurant.
Say it's a date, and I'll babysit.
I don't know what it is.
Well, I do. It's a date.
Everybody, please welcome Stephanie Szostak. Let's hear it. Hey,
Hi.
welcome back.
Thank you.
Congratulations on getting a season 2.
Yes.
That's
thank
exciting.
You. That's an achievement, right?
Wait, that is a huge achievement. I mean, it's a huge achievement to get a pilot. It's a huge achievement for that pilot to get half a season, then a full season, then a second season. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's miraculous, really.
It is.
When you get told that you're doing a second season, do you mostly celebrate, or is there a part of you that's like, oh, that's a lot. That's going to be a lot more work now?
Both, because I live on the East Coast and
Shoot on the West Coast?
we shoot on the West Coast in Canada, and I have kids. So, but you're always rooting for the show, and it's great.
Wait, you shoot in BC, in
Yeah.
British Columbia?
Vancouver. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you guys are always over, so you're always there. Because 19 episodes, that's like most of the year, right? 6 months, 7 months?
Yeah, June through February,
Oh, okay. So
but back and forth a
couple
lot.
months, right? And your kids live here while you're over there shooting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I hate
No
that.
judging.
No judging whatsoever. I don't even have kids. But I am curious, and I hate to ask women the question of like, how do you do it? But what do you do? Like, what do you do? Do you just stay in touch as much as possible and try to, you know?
Yeah, I think, I have an amazing husband who takes over, and life at home for them is maybe not as strict as when I'm home. So
Or
that's kind of fun.
are you a strict mom?
Little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your big thing that you don't allow?
Well, I'm half French, so manners is the big thing. I don't care about bad words and cursing. I don't care about a lot of things, but manners I care about. Like, come to the table when dinner's ready, eat properly. Look at
That's not that strict. Those are like that. My parents are not
no, but
French,
it's
and
annoying.
They
I'm
believed in that.
annoying. I'm on them a lot.
You bother them a lot.
Yes,
But just about manners? That's a good thing. Kids should grow up with good manners.
I agree.
There's
and I
nothing
should
worse
bother
than
them.
Yeah,
It's
there's
okay.
nothing worse than an adult with bad manners.
Exactly. I'm doing them a favor.
An adult with bad manners becomes the sort of spotlight of the party. Everybody is like, what is wrong with this person? Why are they chewing with their mouth open or have their elbows on the table or something? I mean, I have my elbows on the table, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm
but-
going to have them watch this segment right here.
I mean, I believe I'm a huge believer in manners and punctuality and all of those
Respect
things.
for people. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just a means with which to respect other people.
Yeah.
Especially punctuality. If you're late, I got nothing for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you on time?
Yes. Early.
Early. Same.
Yeah.
Same. So you always have to exist with that feeling of like, they don't care that much about me. They're not here yet, and I'm early. I'm gonna look lame.
No, I don't know. I'm just early because my dad was always late to everything. So
Really.
so then I had to be early to everything.
So when a first season is done, I mean, the pilot is about. The writer has an idea about these characters, and that's generally what the pilot gets shot. In the first season, you build off of that with your actors, but the second season, usually show creators really start to know who their actors are and start writing for them and talking to them about the characters. Have you felt like that with the creators of this show, that they've sort of started to write for you and play to your strengths?
Yes, and as a matter of fact, we're now halfway through the second season, and I just got a script. And without giving anything away, my character says to her son, "You were such a hooligan." And I was like, why would she say that? Hooligan? It doesn't make sense. And then I'm like, oh, they're making fun of me because...
You say hooligan?
Well, French, Europe, we think of hooligans.
That's
So I was
true.
like, that's probably what this is.
I always think of like the British for hooligans. I didn't know that
Yes.
the French use hooligans as well.
Oh, c'est des hooligans. Yeah, we talk about the English. And, yeah.
How do you say it again?
Hooligans.
No, I thought you just said it in
Des
a
hooligans.
the hooligan. It's just hooligan, but with a French accent. Got it. Okay. What do you love about playing this character? About having gone this far with this character? It's a lot of drama,
A lot of
a
drama.
lot of tears.
Yeah, a lot of tears. I think the main theme is just about, for her, how she lies to protect people she loves. And in season 2, we start to see how hard it is to live your life day to day, lying to your kids, lying even to protect them. And so it's starting to suffocate her. And eventually the truth is going to come out. And I'm a big believer in that even when it's not easy, the truth is always the best option. So it's fun to go on that journey with her.
In the last episode, we saw her meet with a medium. What was it like shooting that episode? It was it's not played for laughs, but any sort of experience with a medium, and that actor is very funny.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard not to have like a few laughs while you're watching that scene.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a comedian. And then James Roday also, who was in the background, his character doesn't believe in
Rolling his
medium.
eyes.
And he's it was funny. I happen to sort of believe in mediums. I think,
Really?
yeah.
You believe in ghosts?
Yeah. Yes. But mediums, I do. I guess I'm like my character. I think some people have something and some don't. So it was cool to shoot that scene.
I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I believe in like energy, like good energy and bad energy and left behind energy kind of thing. You know, the presence of someone you can still feel even when they leave a room or die. But I don't know necessarily about spirits and ghosts themselves.
Yeah. I've had things happen, so that's why I believe
You've
it.
had experiences with.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
I am so sorry, Stephanie, but you cannot say in a live interview, I've had experiences with ghosts and expect the interviewer to move on. Oh yeah, sure. Anyway, moving on to the script. No, what kind of experiences did you have if you don't? Well, you clearly mind, but I'm doing it anyway.
Just things with, electronic things turning on repetitively at specific moments. So you're like,
Wow.
okay, somebody's telling me something.
Have you no like levitation or things like
No.
fly across the room or
No,
anything
not
like that?
seeing a ghost. No, just feeling like
The presence of something.
yes, and
Yeah.
then radios turning on and things like that.
Oh wow, amazing. Scary, or is it something that you embrace?
Comforting.
Comforting.
Yes.
That there's another presence there.
That-
We're not alone.
Yeah, because I make up in my head who it is.
I don't want to get too personal, so I imagine it's a family member, but is it just like, or is it just random? You're like, hey, maybe it's Elvis. Why not?
Yeah. No, family member. Yeah.
Oh, okay. One of the things that I love about this show is that so many scenes start with the banal and very quickly go from the banal to the emotional. Like someone walks into a room and someone's drinking coffee and they're like, how's your coffee? And they're like, good. My wife used to love coffee. Like very quickly, they just get very sad about something. What is it like shooting those scenes? Like even the one that we just saw, you're holding a baby and he's like, hey, how are you? And within 2 lines, it's very emotional.
Yeah, I think DJ Nash, the creator of the show, says we always want you to believe something, and then you realize it's something else. So that goes even for it's for what you think of characters, but also what your feeling is about a scene, and also a scene.
Every scene begins in one place, but will have a turning point or a change of heart.
Well,
for a
that's
character.
kind of like drum, like you want to have somewhere to go, so you don't want to start the scene where you end. But yeah, I like that a lot. I also love a lot of the scenes happen around the things that the everyday life, like you said, or birthday parties or things where you're supposed to be happy, but then you find that characters have stuff going on within that event, and so that's an obstacle to them really expressing themselves and going at it because they have to keep face in front of everybody else.
Well, no one works that hard at keeping face. All you have to do is ask.
Yeah,
Like they're
that's
keeping
true.
face, and then a character's like, "How are you?" And they're like, "Actually terrible."
Are you saying it's a little bit too dramatic?
No, I like the drama. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be dramatic.
Yeah.
It's emotional.
But you're saying people in real life don't keep face like that so much.
I mean, I don't keep face. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I'm always dramatic. If I have to even like present myself as happy when I'm sad, it's impossible. I just won't go.
Yeah.
I don't do it. Can you do it? I mean, you're an actress, I'd imagine.
You know, it depends who I'm with, but I'm a pretty open book too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of helps with everything if you're just open about what's happening. I find people who are more closed off and don't talk about what's going on get more anxious and stressed out about it.
Keeping crap inside is not good for you, right?
No, not at all. What is your favorite part of playing this character?
Again, just dealing with the lies that she has to, and also being a mother, playing a mother who has to keep going every day. So despite all the stuff that's happening to her, she does have to keep sort of an optimistic and hopeful attitude, and also the friendship side of it. These friends are always together more than any of us have friends present in our lives.
That is true.
That's
Adults
TV,
don't,
but
adults
it's nice.
don't do that.
No, because you have jobs.
You have
and-
family, you have
yeah,
jobs. Like,
yeah.
in fact, when a friend asks to hang out, you're usually like, how am I going to work this into the schedule? I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I
It's a
can't
once
hang
a
out.
month kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, here these people hang out a lot, and it's I enjoy hanging out with them as they're not their characters, as the real people.
Guys hang out a lot. Because you're in BC, I'm sure you have your homes are somewhere else. Do you hang out offset?
Yeah, so that creates, when you're on location, it sort of creates an opportunity. We all become each other's family a little
Is it
bit.
as dramatic offset as you are
No,
offset?
thank God.
Everyone's pretty cool. Everyone keeps calm offset.
Yes, yes.
How old are your children, if you don't mind me
My
asking?
children,
Yeah.
16, exactly the same age as Delilah's kids, so 16 and 12.
That's not how old Delilah's kids are, right?
Yes.
Which I thought Delilah is a baby.
Well, now she has a third
Yeah.
one, a baby.
Oh,
but
okay,
she has,
excuse me.
yeah.
Sorry. Didn't know I was going to be quizzed, guys. Was that when they hired you? Did they know that you had kids that were the same age? Did you talk about that with the creator of the show?
When I did my first audition, I got on the phone with the director of the pilot, and I volunteered that information. I thought it was good for him to know. But we never really talked about it.
Do you feel like sometimes when you're in scenes like that, it gives you a heads up on how your character would handle it? Do you ever talk to the writers about how you would handle it or anything in those scenes? Like, maybe I should play it this way because this is how a mother would actually do it, or how I as a mother would do it?
Yeah, we definitely have discussions about that, and yes, and it's fun to see how sometimes Delilah can be like me as a mother, and other times not like me at all. She didn't work. She stopped working. She's a stay-at-home mom, so that's very different from who I am. Her house is very different from who I am, but I think I bring maybe sort of this tenderness and that she has with her kids, and it's nurturing thing. That's very similar to the way I am with my kids.
Do your sons ever watch the show?
They do.
They do? And what do they say about you as a mother in the show versus you as a mother at home?
Well, sometimes they say, like last night, actually, my 16-year-old said, I see a lot of Stephanie here. I see a lot of Stephanie here.
He said that about you on the show. I see a lot of Stephanie
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Does he not? Does he call you Stephanie?
No, he calls
Oh,
me mom, but,
oh, okay.
but in
But in
this
that
yeah.
context, yeah.
he like
But what did he mean by what exactly do you think he was seeing?
frazzled. Frazzled, but in a sort of fun way. And
Boys only say that stuff when it's like kind of like a dig in some way.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any moment of the show where you're like tender and loving to the children on the show, and you're saying like that's like you, mom.
Yeah.
It's instead when you're probably like freaking out and going crazy on the show and like, there's mom.
yeah, no, but they also do. They're actually very sweet boys, if I can say myself.
Of course you can say that. That's wonderful. I think we have time for a couple questions from the audience. Who's a question? Right here.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to ask, were you able to put your own creative input into the character as compared to last season and this season?
Yes, we usually, our creator DJ Nash is very open, and his vision is very specific and strong. But we always sort of have a little phone call where we talk about things, and then he thinks about it and says, "Oh, great, great," or "No, I don't think so." And story-wise, we don't really have that much, but he will come up actually with stories sometimes and say, "This is what I'm thinking about doing," and it's really a fun collaborative. Did I say that right?
Collaborative, yeah.
Collaborative
Yeah.
process.
One more.
Hi.
Hi.
We have an online question from our site.
Okay.
I'm sure working on this set can be very hectic at times. Do you have any tips or tricks for staying relaxed in between takes?
Oh, what a great question. Yes, it's such a good question because actually that's something I struggled with. Like when I started acting in my first big movie, I felt really like I didn't belong there. So
Which movie was that? What movie was that?
Dinner for Schmucks.
Okay.
And it was my first big role in a big studio movie, and it was Steve Carell and Paul Rudd, and I was very intimidated.
Is that Jay Roach that made
Yeah.
that movie? Yeah.
And Ron actually was in it too.
Yeah.
But I since then started meditating, so I do that, and also just remembering to find the moment. So usually when I get hectic or in my head, it's because I start thinking about the result or how am I going to do, how am I going to be in this scene? And so just bringing it back to the moment and remembering that I don't know what's going to happen in the next second, then just keeps you in your toes and present. And just that feeling is very grounding and helps a lot.
A Million Little Things is on Thursday nights, last night and next Thursday at 9 on ABC.
Yeah.
It's good to see you again. Thanks for coming by.
Great to see you.
Everybody
Thank
give
you.
Stephanie a round of applause for being here. Let's hear it.